to partner with Nextdoor Radio to share some of our upcoming events and activities. Aging with Gusto is returning to Granville County for the first time in over a decade. The date is Tuesday, May 21st from, let's see. I am Teresa Puryear, Director of Granville County Cooperative Extension. We're excited to partner with Nextdoor Radio to share some of our upcoming events and activities. Aging with Gusto is returning to Granville County for the first time in over a decade. The date is Tuesday, May 21st from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Granville County Senior Center, and it will be free to attend. We hope everyone can join us to celebrate the Older Americans Month theme, Powered by Connection, during May. You can download the registration brochure from our website or pick them up from our county extension office. Pre-registration is due by Wednesday, May 15th. Together, we can promote healthy aging, increase community involvement for older adults, and tackle important issues like the prevention of elder abuse. Some workshops you can look forward to as an attendee are Chair Pilates, 5 Wishes Preparing Your Advanced Directives, Aging in Place, Simple Home Modifications that allow you the ability to continue to live in your home, and Mastering Your Mobile, an introduction to the world of smartphones and tablets. Again, join us on Tuesday, May 21st. Join FCS agent Jennifer Brown on Monday, April 22nd at 10 a.m. at the South Granville Senior Center to learn more about the Mediterranean way of eating and the simple steps you can take to improve your health. It is not too late to sign up for the Granville County 4-H presentation series scheduled for tomorrow, April 18th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This series will give you the opportunity to learn tricks to public speaking and give presentations, get a chance to practice with fun scenarios, have a work session to perfect their presentation, and then present at the county, district, and state level to win prizes and money. The second part of the series will be held on May 21st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. To get help on refining your presentation or speech and give a practice run in front of others, visit our website for more information. Beans Gone Wild is an interactive online tool that catalogs arising soybean issues across North Carolina annually. The issues are summarized in a publicly available, visually appealing, and educational format. Having access to this knowledge can be transformative in informing scouting and subsequent management decisions. Users are able to visit the problem library to view and sort through every issue ever uploaded. Problems can be sorted by month, county, and disorder type. Visit our website to learn more about this tool. And a reminder that Summer Fund registration has opened up for summer 2024. Our camps are filling up fast. Youth ages 5 to 18 can come join 4-H for a fun-filled summer of activities. Visit our website for more information and to register. Scholarships are available and can be requested by contacting 4-H agent Lina Howe.
As the sun shines brighter and the days grow longer, you know it's time for Island Breeze HVAC to ensure your cooling system is as refreshing as a gentle sea breeze. Our expert HVAC maintenance doesn't just cut down on energy bills, it transforms your living space into your own personal paradise all season long. Island Breeze HVAC, making comfort a breeze and the best choice in North Carolina.
Easy breezy, Island Breezy. Call 919-693-HVAC.
Waking up to the sound of Nextdoor Radio. Tuning in to hear the stories of the folks we know. Yeah, leaders on the mic sharing tales from near and far. Local news on the airwaves, it's like a shining star. Next door radio, bringing us together. Oh yeah, from the morning commute to the evening's leisure. Download the app, stream it on your phone. Next door radio, it's our community's tone. From lost pets to garage sales, it's all on the line. Next door radio, the hub of our local headline. Get connected, join the conversation today. Tune in on the website, let's have our say.
Welcome everyone to the Helpers Hour. You are listening today on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. I am your host, Kellie Syfan, and I am excited to tell you a little bit more about this new show. Don't worry, we're going to have a guest joining us in just a little bit. First, let's take a little time to talk about what the Helpers Hour is, what sort of things you're going to hear on this show, how this can be helpful to you, and perhaps what you can do if you know somebody who would be a great guest. So first, one of the questions that I've gotten is, what is a helper, if this is the helper's hour, what is a helper? Now, what we're looking at here are people that are in any helping profession, anyone who's going to be providing a service that is looking at improving the lives of others in this area, in the area of the triangle and surrounding in North Carolina. So that can be everything from a doctor or a dentist to a massage therapist to a physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech language pathologist. Anyone who goes out and their big goal is to make someone else's life better by helping could be a good fit for this show and might be the sort of person you see on this show. And the reason that I wanted to do this, that I worked with our producer Trey to create this show, is I want to make sure that everybody in this area knows the amazing people that we have available. We have an incredible group of helping professionals in this area. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to find them. First of all, let's say you're looking for a therapist, like a talk therapist. There are so many different types of people you could go to. How do you even know where to start? Also, how do you know anything about them just from a website or a quick phone call? Being able to see a number of different helping professionals from a number of different angles will help you sit down and go, okay, this is somebody that I already know something about. I've already sat and listened to them, and I know that they could be a good fit for me. Or on the other side, that maybe they're not the best fit for me. What you might find listening to some of these interviews is, wow, I thought, say, for example, again, talk therapy was just psychologists, but I just learned that it's also clinical social workers. Maybe this clinical social worker that I heard interviewed is not the right fit for me, but now I know where I can explore further because it sounds like that might be the better fit for what I'm looking for. Also, within all these different helping professions, there are so many different niches and different things that people work into. So, going, okay, do we have somebody that has the niche that I need in this area and can provide the support that I've been looking for? That's really what I wanted to do with this show. Make sure that we disseminated all the different things that are available in this area so you can make more informed choices for yourself and for your family. Now, we talked about a little bit what areas covered. We're really looking at the Triangle area and the surrounding areas in North Carolina. This is focused on our local helpers, folks that you could go and see that would be next door. We are Next Door Radio after all. Now, I want to make sure that you know that that doesn't mean other folks can't be included. By all means, if there's somebody that's just a great help, a wonderful boon to our community, and they happen to be a little farther away, we'll see what we can do to include them as well. But I'm really focused on making sure that our local providers, our local helpers, are the ones that are going to be highlighted here. So, again, you know what is right in your backyard. Perhaps when I'm talking through this, you go, oh my goodness, I know somebody who should be on the show, somebody who should be featured, someone perhaps that has helped me, helped someone I know, helped someone I love, or I know what they're doing is really innovative. By all means, you can send that over to us. You can go to nextdoorradio.com and click any of the contact buttons. You can email me directly, Kellie at chbehavior.com, and we'll be more than happy to chat with them and see if they are a good fit for the show. I really want to make sure that we are empowered as a community to talk about all the amazing things that we're doing. So I'm really looking for people who are doing something creative or innovative or a little bit different. So again, we know, yes, there are, say, many dentists all over the triangle, but this one is doing this really cool thing. And that's, a reason they should be highlighted here. Or they're incredibly good with this population. I'm always looking for people that are able to serve populations that are tougher to reach, folks that are in rural areas, folks that can help with children or people who have different special needs, folks who specialize in the elderly. There's all sorts of different populations that have a tougher time finding helpers, finding providers. So if you know somebody who is specifically going to help populations that are underserved, I would really, really love to speak with them. Now, let's say you want to listen to the show live, and I'm so excited if you're listening today. Welcome. You might be listening on nextdoorradio.com or the Nextdoor Radio app, but you could also find us live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Switch. And if you've listened to a show and you want to hear it again, or perhaps you missed a show and you want to listen to it, you can. They're all recorded. You can find them on YouTube or going directly through the nextdoorradio.com website. So a whole bunch of shows there that you can check out. You can go through by most current date and figure out exactly what shows you might want to watch. I encourage you to check out some of our past ones that we've had for the Helpers Hour. We've had some amazing guests so far, and I'm very excited for the guests that we have moving forward. Something else I've been asked as well, if you have, let's say you've already had a social worker, or you've already had an equine assisted therapy specialist. Okay, does that mean you're never going to take one again? Absolutely not. I want to make sure that we get all different kinds of providers out. So if you know somebody who is similar to somebody I've already interviewed, feel free to send them my way. We've got so many amazing people in this area that deserve to have the time and the exposure to make sure that everybody knows what they do and who they are. Now, one thing I want to make sure that you know is what's going to be shared on the show. Pardon me. There is everything, if you haven't seen our show before, everything from beautiful anecdotes about people that have been helped in the past, about how different types of therapies can be used. Some people will bring in actual research, and we'll talk a little bit deeper into the nerdy side of things, which I love, going into the nitty-gritty of why things work and what sort of research is behind them. There are going to be folks that come on and talk about how they got into the field. Again, beautiful, beautiful stories of how people get involved in these helping professions and move forward into these amazing places. There are also times where we will talk about the different things that can connect. So, hey, this is one service that is provided by this helping profession. This is how it connects to other services. So again, we're going through and showing you all the different ways that you can create almost a support system or a treatment team that works together, that will play well off of each other and help you be able to reach the different goals and the different targets that you're moving forward into. And how could you do this if you didn't know everything that's available in this area? Whether you're looking for someone to help with a child or someone to help with an adult, I want to make sure that we've got all sorts of different types of services and types of providers available and ready to rock. Now, we're going to take a commercial break in just a moment, but before we do, I want to let you know that the Helpers Hour is brought to you by Clove Hitch Behavior. Clove Hitch Behavior is a behavior therapy company that focuses on farm-based therapy and works on tantrums and meltdowns, fears and phobias, and behaviors resulting from trauma. If you want to get a hold of Clove Hitch Behavior, you can call 919-579-6192 or go to chbehavior.com. I'll see you on the other side of this break. We'll answer some more questions, and we'll have a guest joining us soon. This is Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. See you in a moment.
PlumbServe LLC technicians have over 20 years of experience in plumbing repair and services. They pride themselves in being a local, honest, and professional company. Let them give you a quote today on those needed upgrades in your home. Your choice for plumbing in Creedmoor, Oxford, Henderson, Durham, Raleigh, Chapel Hill, Cary, Apex, Stem, Garner, and the greater Triangle area. Visit their website today to schedule. You can contact them there as well. PlumbServeLLC.com. Again, that's PlumbServeLLC.com.
R. Sons Construction is your trusted concrete experts in Oxford and surrounding areas. They are a family-owned business with years of industry experience, dedicated to delivering top-notch concrete solutions tailored to your unique needs. Whether it's concrete steps or grand pool decks, they have you covered. The team at R. Sons Constructions are highly qualified professionals and is committed to excellence, ensuring every project meets the highest standards of quality and integrity. Ready to turn your concrete dreams into a reality? Contact them today at 919-482-2227 for your free estimate and discover why they are the go-to choice for all things concrete.
Oliver's Towing and Recovery is a family-owned and operated local business since 1965. This local family business does towing and recovery in and surrounding areas of Granville County. Oliver's Towing and Recovery also does jump starts, lockouts, tire changes, fuel delivery, local and long distance tows, and medium and heavy duty towing. Call today if you need a pick-me-up from Oliver's Towing and Recovery at 919-693-2520. That's 919-693-2520, or find them online at oliverstowingllc.com. There's nothing too big or too small for Oliver's Towing and Recovery.
It's time for you to visit Tobacco Wood Brewing Company with 2 great locations for the perfect award-winning brew and great foods such as chicken and waffles, tacos, barbecue plates, house salads, nachos, wings. That's just mentioning a few of the great items in Oxford at 117 Wall Street and in Durham at 2500 Mediterranean Parkway. Did I mention award-winning beer, the Kilted Eddie, Liquid Luck, Rocket Surgery, the Moose, and the Porter Express? Again, I'm just mentioning my favorites. Find your favorite brew mixed with a great atmosphere and great food at Tobacco Wood Brewing Company today. 2 great locations in Oxford and in Durham. Tobacco Wood Brewing Company is veteran-owned and operated. Now's the best time of year to get more for your money on new Mahindras. Enjoy 0% interest or save thousands of dollars on rugged Mahindra tractors. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. Save more on Mahindra today. Visit Vanco Outdoor Equipment, your local Mahindra tractor dealer. 0% APR. Financing available for limited time only. See us or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information.
Vance Granville Community College's annual golf tournament is back this spring and celebrating its 40th anniversary. The 2-day event takes place at Henderson Country Club on Monday, May 6th and Tuesday, May 7th. Enjoy some friendly competition while empowering VGCC students through need-based scholarships and initiatives like the College Food Pantry. There are plenty of opportunities to support the fundraiser even if you've never swung a club. Visit vgcc.edu/golf to sign up today as a sponsor or a golfer. Call the VGCC Foundation at 252-738-3264 or email foundation@vgcc.edu to learn more. We'll see you on the golf course.
Did you know that it takes 50 licks to finish an ice cream cone? That's right, 50. I'm Cheryl Keith, owner of Southern Snow Company. Visit us today and find out for yourself. We offer over 25 Hershey's ice cream flavors and 75 Snowball flavor options. From our banana splits, sundaes, milkshakes, and snowballs, we're sure we've got a little something for everyone. Southern Snow Company, serving scoops, snowballs, and smiles.
The Southern Snow Company, which is located at 935 College Street in Oxford, is now open. Make sure to follow them on Facebook today by searching Southern Snow Company. The Southern Snow Company is now open. Western. Boots, belts, buckles, bolos, hats, and Western saddles. Come by and see how Parham Outfitters has not lost its Western roots. And check out their nice selection of firearms as well. They're located at 946 West Andrews Avenue in the Crossroads Shopping Center on I-85 exit 214. Stop by Parham Outfitters today to see how they can help you.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Helpers Hour on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. In this time that we have before my guests arrive today, I want to talk about some of the other shows that we've had in the past. You know, a little bit about what we have available still for you to listen to and watch on YouTube or off of nextdoorradio.com. We've had some incredible folks so far. We had Elizabeth from the Wind Horse Center come by. She talked about how she uses horses in equine assisted therapy and how she's able to use the therapy of EMDR in conjunction with the horses in order to reach folks in a way that you might not have been able to before. She talked about different technologies that are used inside of EMDR therapy and went into the different personalities of different horses and how they can affect how the session goes. She talked about the context that she's in, the farm itself, and introduced you to what it would be like to come to her area, and talked about how she has both a more talk therapy setting and more of a farm setting that is available. We also talked to Right Fit. We were talking about how do we make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and being the right fit for ourselves and not just leaning into all those different things that can get in the way of focusing on our growth forward or get us stuck in places where we've been before, all the different addictions that can affect people as they go through their lives. We talked to Triangle Equine Assisted Learning about the differences between learning and therapy, all sorts of different amazing things there available in the Triangle area. And we talked to Peak Valley Bodywork. They were incredible going into massage therapy and all sorts of different things that can be helpful. Now, I'm very excited to have my guest join me today. We are going to be talking with Miss Ray about some incredible different things that she does in her work to be able to help the world and be able to help this local area. You'll have to give us a second to make sure that our microphones are all working and right. I'm going to check in real quick. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's incredible to have all sorts of different types of helping professions here on the show. And I'm really excited to talk about what you do. And first I want to start with what is something that you think folks should know about you? What is kind of your background in getting involved with what you do now to help our community?
Sure, sure. For everyone who doesn't know, my name is Aurora. I go by Ray Shine. That is my stage name and also my healer practitioner, as you could say, nickname. And really, I'm just very passionate about creativity, creation, giving back, the healing arts. I have a very personal story when it comes to that that has brought me to this place. So,
Sure.
as you know, we're always growing. So, yeah, I'm just very passionate about helping others and doing everything I can to just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. And when we're talking about the healing arts, there's so many different things that can encompass in our world. What side of the healing arts do you lean into?
Sure. So, I'm actually a Reiki master teacher,
Mhm.
and I have my own practice. I take clients in Raleigh at Energescence. I also do home visits and things like that. But I started my spiritual journey around 2011, and I went through the whole gamut of religion, spirituality,
Sure.
things like that, coming closer to healing. Just on my own pain management journey, I had an injury when I was younger, and had to have several. The case, the procedure went wrong. They did the procedure completely different than they were supposed to,
Wow.
and had to have corrective surgeries. And so it was very hard for me at a young age, but also has helped me grow a lot. So anyway, like chronic pain.
Yes.
I'm just like, was figuring out what can I do, and went through all the modalities and more science to then the spiritual side, and then I stumbled on Reiki and actually gave a name to it. I stumbled upon the healing method of it probably around the 2011, 2013 range, and then had a name for it last couple years, and it's just fallen naturally into it. And so I've been seeing clients, and it's really awesome to see their progress, to see what happens just in the session and the things that come up. And because it's not me as that I'm God, but we're all, in my belief, a piece of God. And as a practitioner, we are attuned to have the energy move through us and then help the person further on their journey. So
Wow.
we've seen all kinds of cool stuff.
You came to this through your own journey of chronic pain, which I know
Yes.
is very common for a lot of people. Are we talking like a debilitating pain, an annoying pain? Where kind of were you at before you found this?
The pain scale, probably anywhere from, a 5 to 10.
Very intense pain.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Scar tissue, I'm sure anyone who's familiar with scar tissue can really block the nerves, and just cause not a lot of motion. And when our body doesn't have enough motion, pain gets stuck in those areas. And can be from a dull sensation to a sharp pain. It just depends on the energy buildup. So a lot of people don't know we have meridians that go through our body, that go through our veins and our blood system, and that's where the energy travels. And if those areas are blocked off, then that's where we have that physical physical pain. So,
Gotcha. So, looking at this healing modality, it sounds like a lot of clearing and moving and allowing movement in
Yes.
order to kind of allow healing in.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. And release anything that's stuck.
Okay.
So I believe it all starts on a spiritual level. So it can, for me, how it's shown up for me, this is my method of growth.
Mm.
And I believe, in different lifetimes, but in my human experience this time, this is how I've grown very rapidly. And so I've just learned so much through going within rather than being so focused on what's happening around me, just coming within. And it's forced me to. Pain will force you to go within and say, hey, what's going on? It stops you in your tracks. And it's almost like,
Sure.
Otherwise you kind of be distracted, la, 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 la.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Life can be very distracting. There's a lot of different things going on. And that's a good point that when pain hits, especially at that intensity, you kind of don't have room for distraction. It can
right.
kind of take over everything. And that's interesting how you went, okay, this could take over everything. Instead, I'm going to turn into it and kind of feel out where it's at
Right.
and try to release those things, which sounds incredibly therapeutic.
Incredibly therapeutic. And I think that's the thing that it'd just be awesome if people looked at it as like, hey, I have mind, body, spirit, the combination of things I have to kind of be aware of and pay attention to. And so a lot of times the physical will kind of bring you through that whole like, okay, well, I went to the doctor. They said I have to have this crazy surgery I definitely don't want to do that. It's only got a time limit. I got lots of years more left on the earth, so that's not going to work. So now it's like, well, let me try spirituality or let me try,
Sure.
holistic methods. And so then we see it's a whole process. It's not just a little Band-Aid. So,
Sure. It sounds like something that can be a good addition to what you're already doing, or hey, there's something that seems a little like 3 steps higher than what I'm willing to do right now as far as a intensity of an intervention. Let me see what I can do to sort of stabilize where I'm at and make some progress and see if we maybe don't need that in the long run.
exactly. Yeah. Well, and that also to touch more on the release, I feel that emotionally, some things or patterns will show up. So a lot of times it's breaking the cycle because a lot of times it will come through generationally. So, from like your parents' side, your mom or your dad or whatever, that feeling or thought, because if we all just understood that nothing's really wrong, everything's okay. And if we can all get to that place, but a lot of times the thought of something that is wrong travels down, or the thought that, I have to experience this or experience that. And if we get to the place where we're like, hey, everything's fine. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to think about that or experience this to get to this place. Then, because we show up as, hey, I have to have this experience for me to get to this, here or there. So
Sure.
just releasing those patterns. Do we have to
I
stay
like that.
there?
Yeah, the different patterns of behavior that are not only within ourselves, but within the group that is our family and the group that is our world. Side of our commercial break here. You are listening to the Helpers Hour on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. I'll see you on the other side of this break.
As the sun shines brighter and the days grow longer, you know it's time for Island Breeze HVAC to ensure your cooling system is as refreshing as a gentle sea breeze. Our expert HVAC maintenance doesn't just cut down on energy bills, it transforms your living space into your own personal paradise all season long. Island Breeze HVAC, making comfort a breeze and the best choice in North Carolina.
Easy breezy, Island breezy. Call 919-693-HVAC.
At Granville Health System, we're not just a hospital, we're your neighbors, your friends, and your healthcare family. Our community-driven hospital is all about bringing you the quality care you deserve right where you live. From expert medical professionals to state-of-the-art facilities, we've got it all. Granville Health System is committed to providing personalized care that's as unique as you are, because we believe that good health starts at home, and we're proud to be your healthcare partner. Granville Health System, where community and care come together. So for healthcare that's close to home and a hospital that feels like family, choose Granville Health System. Your health, our community, our commitment.
Families Living Violence Free is Granville County's domestic violence and sexual assault crisis center with a mission of giving voice and support to domestic violence and sexual assault victims. Families Living Violence Free offers a 24/7 domestic violence and sexual assault crisis line, individual supportive counseling for adults and children, customized safety planning and support groups, and so much more. Call 919-693-5700 or para marcar en español 919-690-0888. Visit flvf.org today to see how they can help you or to see how you can support them. That's flvf.org.
Discover Granville County, an alternative to your everyday that's uniquely Carolina. An alternative to what you have, a yin to the everyday yang. Yet we are not far away, but in your own backyard. Check us out at www.visitgranvillenc.com. Lewis Electric has been in business for over 53 years. It is a third-generation, family-owned business. Lewis Electric always strives to complete their projects on time. Will help any way possible with your budget. They work in a multitude of areas in the electrical field, focusing on commercial, industrial, municipalities, and more. Call them today so they can help you get your project completed on time and on budget. 919-693-6615. They're located in Oxford at 912 Williamsburg Street. Lewis Electric is your local electrician here for you.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Helpers Hour on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. We were just talking about how, patterns of behavior can be created within, created within the individual or within the family, kind of passed down. All those little blocks that may or may not be real can affect not just us, but those around us and those that come after us. Can you go a little bit deeper into that?
Sure. I think, as a human, we want to have experiences. And then, of course, we align with certain, patterns or thoughts and things like that. So basically, your mom and dad get together. They have a belief, the mom has a belief system. The dad has a belief system. They get together.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everything passes then through the DNA to the child, a lot of these pre-programs.
In behavior analysis, we call it the phylogenetic things that come through, the things that are within the DNA, like, hey, a fear of snakes.
Right.
Can be passed on, things like that.
Exactly. So I think it's our responsibility to kind of sit back and then look at ourselves and like, do I really even need to have a fear of snakes anymore? Do I really need to have this thought of, my town or the place that I've grown up at? Maybe I've outlived the thought of I can only be this or I can only achieve this. Like, is that even really relevant anymore? Like,
yeah.
And I think we have to see how we show up, in so many different ways. So I just think that's passed down, and I think it's, great to release those, and we can release those whether it's through Reiki, whether it's through, just our own thought analysis.
Sure. So taking the time, I know that like talk therapists might say, hey, try the cognitive behavioral therapy side. Reiki could be another direction to go about analyzing what's going on. Is it going to be an experience if somebody comes into Reiki looking to release some of those things? Isn't it an experience of like sit down, analyze, put it into boxes, sort those boxes good? Or what sort of the experience of going through that?
Sure. It's a little bit more free flowing.
Beautiful.
And it's more meditation style. To where you're letting yourself just kind of float away, and then spirit and your guides and your angels, things like that. For people who aren't really familiar with guides, it's like your angels,
Okay.
Things like that kind of get involved and clear what needs to be cleared if it's ready. The thing about that is
that's interesting. Okay.
There's a time with it sometimes, is that like, hey, well, it might not be the right time for this to leave because they still have some things to learn, around this thought or concept. So that's the thing too. So, but I mean, I still think that you can get to the place where you're not attached to any of these thoughts, but they can still serve you, of course.
That's really interesting. So that also aligns really well with like acceptance and commitment therapy, where we're going through and going, hey, this thought, this feeling is passing through.
Right.
It's passing through. We can't change it. We can't fight it, but we can just accept it and let it pass.
Right.
Or we can get all tangled up and hooked in it and stay there forever.
Right.
But also recognizing, like you said, that just because it's not super pleasant doesn't mean we don't need it right now. That it
Right.
might not be something that is still teaching us something, or that is still a useful tool that we don't have a replacement for yet.
Right.
Is that ever a part of Reiki? Like, hey, we've removed this thing. Maybe it was time to go. But filling that void with something more positive or something that's going to serve us better?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
tell me about
I feel like the way Reiki kind of works is that, I'll go through like each chakra and I'll just see how I'm kind of moved, and then we'll
Briefly,
see.
talk about what chakras.
Oh, sure. Chakras. So we have many, but we have 7 main ones that go from the top of our head to our groin area. And, it's we have, purple for the crown, and then we have the third eye. The crown is like spirit. The crown is going to be like your mental. You're transferring mental into more like intuitive. The ego, the intuitive, and you have the throat chakra, heart chakra, the sacral. The solar plexus, the sacral, and then the root chakra.
Gotcha.
So there's different, experiences that land in each of those places. So, for example, if you've had a broken heart, you've had a relationship that you've broken up or something like that, that pain or feeling would kind of land in your heart. If you're not feeling safe, if that'd be in your root chakra. If you're not feeling as creative, or you need to be more creative, that's kind of like your sacral solar plexus kind of area. Your confidence, things like that. So yeah, it's just I kind of go through. I'm not doing a lot of thinking. I'm just being moved how I move, doing my own. I practice the way we kind of move, and we get inspired. Hey, go to their feet, and you get to their feet, and they're like, oh, there's certain things coming up. I'm envisioning them in another lifetime, and it comes through me as like a movie screen. And
Okay.
I just kind of see, I see them walking as, another person, and and I bring that experience to them. They're like, that's something for them to kind of digest,
Got it.
and then it'll come up, hey, this is something to that feeling. That's why you're feeling this way now. And this is something that, you can digest that, move past. You get a positive kind of meaning to it.
Almost giving different lenses to look at the current moment through.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
You're able to break all that down. I have to go through like a whole.
I got you. No, I love that there's so many different things that are available to folks that they can try to bring healing to their lives. Now, I know that Reiki as a Reiki master means you didn't just walk in and go, hello, I am a Reiki master. There's training behind this. Can you tell me a little bit behind that?
Yes, definitely. Alicia Jones, she's in Fairfax, Virginia. She's wonderful. She was my teacher. And so basically you have an attunement process. You have level 1, 2, 3. Third is the master, and then master teacher. And you get different symbols. And, the first level, you can do Reiki on yourself. The second level, you're able to take clients and things like that. The third level, you can teach others. So they like for you to kind of go through the process because it's just basically like tuning into a radio station.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
So as you, develop more and more, then you're tuned more and more into the energetic pattern.
Gotcha.
Energetic station.
I love it. So you're going through, it sounds like this is not something that's like, oh, only person A, B, and C can do this.
Everyone can do it.
Everybody can do it, but it does take training.
Yes.
It does take practice. It's not something you can just be like, and I chose. You're going to have to work through it.
Yes, definitely. I would say so. I think anyone can just understand the concept and then do it to a certain level, but to fine tune it,
Gotcha.
it's just like building a spiritual, building your muscles, like, hey, I want, to have my biceps be nice and cut, that means you got to keep doing reps, so
Yeah.
same kind of concept.
Awesome. And now that you're at the master level, you're able to not only have clients, but it sounds like you're also teaching some classes, and maybe not, teaching people to do Reiki in every class. You have a bunch of different classes that are available. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So I actually take clients and do a lot of work out of Energescence, and that's in Raleigh. It's attached to the hemp company off of Falls of Noose, and I have a couple colleagues, Donna, and other colleague Casey, and we have different healing rooms and things like that. I do sessions, and we have a group called Awaken the Healer Within, and we have monthly groups that we host, and so we have a lot of people who've come to that, and which is really exciting. And we do different things where we'll learn. Last time we did learning about auras. So that was really cool. And then we have the second part of the session where we get into a little bit of Reiki, and I offer Reiki, and every student gets to learn how it to a basic level, how it works. And we share the energy and get messages, and it's really cool. And I was like, wow, wow, I'm seeing a birthday cake and something else. And there's like, wow, I saw that too. And oh, it's somebody's birthday. And so it's a lot of fun.
So interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like if somebody wanted to come in and just be a client, they could do that. If they also want to test the waters, get some learning about different types of energy, and get to experience Reiki, then one of your classes could be really beneficial.
Oh, definitely. They could join our Enlighten group, and I also teach Reiki. So they could take 1, 2, and 3, or take the teacher level.
Oh, very cool. Are these like huge classes where people aren't going to get a lot of attention, or pretty small and intimate classes?
Oh no, they're definitely smaller, more intimate classes for now. I'm sure we'll get to the bigger level, conventions and everything, but for now they're smaller groups. So there's a lot of one-on-one time, and we get to put a lot of it to practice and see the results.
Absolutely. Sounds like there's a really beautiful amount of community in what you do as well. That there's multiple people coming together and sharing the experience together.
Yes, definitely. I feel like that's really important because I don't just do this so that I feel better. I feel the responsibility that we're helping others feel better. I find joy in helping others and helping them have that aha moment, like, oh, that's what's going on. But there's going to be 1,000 till the end of our existence of aha moments, because we're always learning. But I really enjoy it.
I love that there's an unlimited number of aha moments
Yeah.
that a person can have. So we've got both sides. There's a limited number of blocks that we can hoard and contain and try to keep and stay very still, but there's also a limited number of ways to break through and move forward.
Yes.
Really incredible stuff. I love thinking about this, again, because I come from the behavioral lens of how when we work through different things and we take the time to figure out what is reinforcing different patterns, what's the payoff here? Even if we don't recognize it immediately, I engage in this behavior, let's say ruminating, or a behavior that I don't control, like pain. Why does it keep happening? And when we find that root, it's really interesting. What sort of stuff have you found in your practice?
Right. I feel like until we actually give the attention that whatever it is needs, then we start to finally have that breakthrough. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of times people come when they're just, I'm not sure what direction to go.
Sure.
I'm talented in this and this and this and this, and I don't know, what do I do? They have some kind of chronic, again, they've had some kind of accident or something traumatic that's happened. There's so many people that you look at your situation and you're like, oh my gosh, this sucks, but you see someone else and you're like, well, that'll humble you.
Yeah, there's unlimited humbling experiences as well, for sure.
Right. Yeah, you'll be surprised. So Yeah, I've seen, pain management. So, the pain will disappear immediately. There'll be, with more severe cases, it takes several sessions,
Sure.
but you'll see the instantaneous as well. It just depends on where they're at.
Absolutely. This is so interesting. I want to go a little bit into the different people that you collaborate with when we come back on the other side of this break. Because you've got some pretty amazing folks that you collaborate with in your practice and around everything that you do. We'll be right back. You are listening to Next Door Radio on nextdoorradio.com or the Next Door Radio app.
You're tuned in to Next Door Radio on nextdoorradio.com. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your family. Enjoy a great mix of 70s, 80s, classic rock, and some beach music right here on Next Door Radio. Also, all you have to do, say, Alexa, enable nextdoorradio.com.
Next Door Radio is your local online next door neighbor. We strive to bring you local content such as local talk, local news, local sports, with a great mix of 70s, 80s, classic rock, and beach music. Visit nextdoorradio.com and make sure to download the Next Door Radio app to stay up to date.
Do you have an event, upcoming show, or update about the community? If so, send your public service announcement to contact@nextdoorradio.com or send by mail to P.O. Box 2491, Oxford, North Carolina. Plumpy's Deli is a family-owned and operated local business located in Butner that uses only the finest meats from Boar's Head. All items are made fresh to order, and they are now serving breakfast all day long. They offer charcuterie boxes, boards, classes, and grazing tables, along with catering for all occasions, including corporate luncheons, private events, weddings, school events, parties, and more. Gluten-free and vegetarian options are available. Call 919-575-0705 to place your order today. You won't be disappointed. Plumpy's Deli is open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Visit their website and check out their menu at www.plumpies.com. That's PLUMPEEZ.com. Make sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Plumpy's Deli, and don't forget to stop by their location at 106 East C Street in Butner. Give them a call at 919-575-0705. Visit their website and follow them on social media for more information today.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Helpers Hour on Next Door Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Next Door Radio app. We were just getting into all the amazing ways that Reiki can be paired with other things, brought into different classes, and used to kind of build community. What are some of the other modalities that you've partnered up with before?
Sure. So Reiki also goes well with yoga. Yoga is huge. So I just believe in not only with Reiki, that's the spiritual healing, universal source energy moving through you. It's kind of more meditative.
So like a deep meditation would also really link well.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. It's just, the energy flow moving through you. So I feel like that's great for that level, but then also, the physical level, moving and stretching is huge. So yoga is great. I've paired with a really good friend of mine, Glow. We've done some full moon yoga in the park at Dorothea Dix. So that's a lot of
Dorothea
fun.
Dix down in Raleigh.
Yep, down in Raleigh.
Beautiful.
Yep, and also I believe acupuncture is great. I'm actually seeing an acupuncturist, Fountain Acupuncture. Kristen, she's great. So I feel like in healing in general, as I kind of touched on earlier, it's great to kind of do the whole behavioral therapy, acupuncture, do yoga, exercise, Reiki, massage, and it sounds like a lot, but in self-care, I feel like this stuff is huge.
You mentioned too earlier that you come into people's lives sometimes like, hey, this is extreme chronic pain, but you also come into people's lives and they're going, I don't really know my direction. Like on the preventative side and on the how do I get to kind of the next level of me sort of side of things.
Exactly. So yeah, we want to pair that together. So if they've got chronic pain, I feel like a lot of times that's going to bring them to their purpose. Sometimes you find your purpose in pain, or in something that you've always loved to do since you were a kid. I feel like that comes up a lot too. That sometimes as we love something so much, but then a thought has happened from someone else gave us that you can't make any money doing that, or you can't be successful doing that. I mean, look at your dad, he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars being a doctor, or,
Sure.
a mechanic, or whatever it is. But, you've always loved art. And so sometimes, that can be hard to pinpoint. So, you can get there with pain or excitement, different things like that. But yeah, as the messages come through from spirit, the spirit just is so brilliant. I mean, how it translates the message, and then the person will just, understand what they need to do next, because it's kind of like breadcrumbs, or being in a video game. Like, oh, I got to this level. Now what? Okay, I got to this level. Now what? All right, now what?
I think
So
it's interesting to consider too, if, like you said at the beginning, well, no, in life I have to hit this step, then this step, then this step, and that is how I am success. I have done the thing, but what does success actually mean to you? How
Yeah.
do your values align with that? And do those steps actually lead you to what matters to you, instead of just following the steps of people before that led them to something they didn't actually want?
exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to know if you're, I guess the word for that is alignment.
Mm,
You have to
that's
know
a
if
great
you're
word.
in
Yeah.
alignment. And alignment happened for me. I mean, it can happen different ways, but for me, was, giving my life to Christ. Mine came through Christ.
Yeah.
But it can come enlightenment, the word enlightenment is just awareness, really, just consciousness. So once you realize that, you're a spirit having a human,
A human
a human
experience.
experience,
Yeah.
right?
I've
And you're
heard that several
connected to
times.
everything, then you're like, oh, and then you can kind of look outside of yourself and see like messages and signs, and know that you're being, it's not the ego or you per se, but you're being influenced and inspired by something greater than yourself.
Yeah. Very cool. So you, like you said at the beginning, you had a really intricate experience through religion, finding what really fulfills you and fills that space. That's really incredible that
Thank
it
you.
led you from 5 to 10 pain scale pain to finding a path that works for you, working through that pain and being able to bring it to others. If someone wants to join any of these classes or get Reiki from you,
Sure.
how can they find you? How can they get in contact?
Sure. Thank you so much. So it'll be through email, Reiki by Ray. So that's REIKIBYRAE at gmail.com. That's the best way. Or you can also go to my website, ourpersonalpower.com. And they can look up all the ways to check me out. Of course, I'm on Instagram, Our Personal Power. I'm also under Miss Ray Shine, MSRAESHINE. That's my artist page. As I mentioned, I am a creative. So
Yes, you did mention that earlier. Do you want to tell
yes.
us a little bit more about that? 'Cause I think
Sure.
it's beautiful that the helpers in our area are not just, this is my whole life, it's just this one thing.
Mhm.
We do have diversity in our experience. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, definitely. So not only do I do wonderful Reiki, but I'm also an artist, a creative. I do graphics. I can paint. I can draw. I am a musician, a singer, and a rapper. I've been doing that since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to make music. It's the greatest thing. It's nothing else is, besides Reiki, probably giving me chills. I feel like that's another way to find your niche too, and find when you're in alignment or you're doing something that really is like you're passionate about. If you start get like the hair start popping up on your back,
Sure.
But yeah, I love it. So, please check me out, Miss Ray Shine. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all those great places. That's Ray Shine, RAE, and then Shine, SHINE. Also, a mom. I have a almost 11-month-year-old now.
Oh my goodness. Growing up
That's a
so
year.
quick. Yeah.
Yep, 11 months. He's growing so fast. Noble. He's a joy. I'm so glad I got to be a mom. I was in entrepreneurial and heal myself land for so long, and it's a joy.
Yeah, I imagine that adds a lot to your experience of healing and
Mhm.
your experience of what is everything in spirit, as you say, going through and going, wow, this is a whole nother level.
A whole
Having a
nother
small human
level.
being here that is going through the lived experience now with you.
Yes, it's such a bigger sense of responsibility, and
Yeah.
it makes it inspires me even more to be healthier and to get rid of anything that could pass to him, whether it's, my thought patterns or anything, I just want him to have a better experience than I did.
Sure.
Just like I had a better experience than my mom did, I want him to have a better all the way around and have, the encouragement, the confidence, just give him all those jewels that I've learned.
Yeah.
And his father has learned, he's got a great dad too. We're both, tapped in and they're ready to go. So
That's beautiful. So you've got so many amazing things going on in your life. You've got the location down in Raleigh. You've got Dorothea Dix where you do some different things. Are those going to be your main locations, or is there anywhere else that you're working at this point?
Well, actually, that's for right now. Focusing a lot on Energescence.
Beautiful.
We did a little pause on the yoga in the park, but I want to get back to that.
Sure. I mean, the winter.
Right. Yeah, the winter. That was a thing.
Yes, that is a thing that one must pause for, that
Yes.
you just don't get to choose.
Right. And also my partner, she moved to New Bern, but
Mhm.
she's still going to be coming to Raleigh. So I really hope we can do some more of that because I need some more yoga. I need some more stretching. But yeah, so Energescence, a lot of focus is there. And then also getting into the real estate world too.
Mhm.
So I think that's my grounded place. I'm a lot of, up here in
Sure.
metaphysical lands, but I got to stay grounded too. So
Yeah, I think that talking about that balance, and again, being like, okay, I'm a person of many different facets. How
Mhm.
do I kind of serve all of those? How do I keep myself in balance? It sounds like that fits in with a lot of the sort of healing modality that you're going
yes,
through as well.
I'm always learning how I can flow better.
Mm.
I'm like, I got all these things. I got to take care of myself, others, got a cat too. So, the cat
Yeah.
wants some love too.
Thou shalt not forget the cat.
Yeah, she's looking like, isn't it time to play? Like, you're like running around,
Mhm.
But I'm always trying to,
Animals will humble you.
they will.
Absolutely will.
She's like, please, can you just like sit down, and I'll come and get some love, and this will
Yeah.
be a great experience. So yeah, it's always learning how to balance everything. Because not only in life do you want to make a lot of money, but you want to
Sure.
help a lot of people, and you want to express yourself, and then live the healthiest and pain-free life you can.
Absolutely.
Travel.
This has been such a pleasure. I
Thank
really
you.
love talking about all the different things that you have going on, that you have available. Go ahead and give your email one more time to make sure that everybody got it.
Absolutely. It's Reiki, REIKIBY, Ray, @gmail.com. And again, you can check me out at Our Personal Power on Instagram, ourpersonalpower.com, Miss Ray Shine or Ray Shine on Facebook, Instagram, all those good places. And then shout out to Donna, my colleague, and also Oddly Music, my partner and kids father, and he's doing amazing things with music as well.
Awesome.
And he's got a clothing line. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us about Reiki and everything that you're doing. It is so cool to learn all the different things that we have available in this area. And I'm glad that you're down in the Raleigh area available to folks.
Thank you. Yes, me
Absolutely.
too. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
Yes.
you. Thank you for all the wonderful things that you're doing and giving back and helping people like put it all together.
Absolutely. Yes. We definitely want to make sure that everybody knows what's available in this area because we have amazing resources. And that's what we like to show off on the Helpers Hour. Thank you so much for listening. You've been listening to Next Door Radio on nextdoorradio.com or the Next Door Radio app. I'll see you next week.
Dreaming of sand between our toes in the Rocky Mount Toyota Superstore Studios. We are WZAX Nashville, Rocky Mount, Wilson,